The Wisbech to Upwell Tramway was opened in 1883 as a unique transport system for the delivery and distribution of agricultural produce from local growers to markets and a passenger service for the local community. The route of the tramway included a number of stopping points along the way, one of which was at Boyce's Bridge in the village of Emneth. After running successfully for a number of years, passenger services were withdrawn in 1927 and the tramway continued as a goods-only transport facility. Unfortunately, the tramway fell victim to the notorious beaching cuts of the mid-60s and closed in May 1966. Someone who has fond memories of the railway at that time is local resident Norman Paget, who had moved to the area from Leicester. Norman shared some of his memories from the time he moved into the area, his working life and his association with the tramway.
When I first arrived, it was 1953, and the tram, I think the steam tram was actually finished then, and there was two more engines came in at the time, if I remember rightly, but there was a lot of trouble, and then they brought the Drury tram in, and that was more successful. That was the steam tram. I do remember from when I used to come on my holidays to Wisbech in the early 1940s. I used to come to an uncle in Cromwell Road, which got lorries, and he would then I would get down there with some of the lorries collecting produce up ready for the markets, for them to take to markets and that type of thing. Now we used to put produce on there, such as strawberries, flowers, runner beans. Also we put some potatoes on because we bought the field at the back of the station, which was orchard. We pulled that up and had potatoes on it. Masters of it, well, they bought the potatoes, but we did put 2 load of potatoes on the siding. There was other people who used to put stuff on there as well. I do remember one day we was coming down from Wisbech, and the trams was coming from Wisbech, and when we got to Blacksmith's Arms corner, a lady tried to come over there on a bike, which a lot of people did, and they didn't go straight across the rails. They tried to go across them as there was, and apparently she fell off, and her groceries was all sprued out all over the roadway in front of the tram, and the tram had to stop until everything was cleared up. I don't think she actually got hurt, apart from probably a few grazes and that type of thing. And that's one of my earliest memories of the steam tram. Mr. Brown's shop was over, just over the other side of the bridge, and they said when the tram used to come along, the tins and bottles all used to rattle on the shelves with the vibration from it.
Preparations already advanced for the installation, local historian Bill Smith invited Norman to unveil the finished Memento.
I've been asked if I would unveil the Memento on the tram yard, which I'm very pleased to be asked to do, and will happily do.
My name's Graham Seaton and I'm the chairman of the Well Creek Trust. The Wisbech to Upwell Tram project is sponsored by the Well Creek Trust and works within the Trust's constitution. Bill has kindly asked me to say a few words about the opening of what we call Phase 4 of the project to commemorate the Wisbech to Upwell Tramway. Phases 1 and 3 were completed in Upwell and Outwell, and this phase is to mark the location of the Boyce's Bridge depot at Bird's Corner, Emneth, as it has 3 depots in the parish. Outwell Basin, Boyce's Bridge up there, and Elm Depot, Bridge Depot were actually all parts of the parish of Emneth. Bill is our local historian, has written many books about the history of the Fens, including the history of the Wisbech Canal, which includes the tramway. For many years, Bill has had the insight into commemorating the iconic tramway with a series of permanent mementos along the route, which will stand for many years and inform future generations about the history of the tramway. Could I please ask you for a round of applause for Mr. Bill Smith? And now I'd like to invite one of Emneth's most senior residents, Mr. Norman Paget, to unveil the Boyce's Bridge tram memento. Thank you.
And now I would like two young ladies to come and help me unveil this memento, which is Ariana and Alexandra. It gives me great pleasure to unveil this memento to the tram. With my little helpers here. Are you ready? Go.
Thank you. Very well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll have a look round it, and
Go on.
if you've got any quick questions, we'll try and answer them for you.
I want to know what was on this actual spot.
Here?
Yeah, but where if where the sign is, what would have been
right in the middle there?
at this point?
Yeah, well, there's a picture there showing you a little ticket office. See that one? That in the bottom corner. Look left.
Bottom
That's
left.
more or less where we're standing.
Oh, okay, right.
And you can see the house in the background. See the house there? Look.
Ah, okay, yes.
Can you see it?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Lovely. Wonderful.
At least it stayed fairly fine.
This is the fourth one, and we've got 5 and 6 to do, and we're done. Yeah. They wouldn't have got done without Bill. I mean, Bill's pushed it all,
Another important person who has helped to immortalise this tramway is the author Reverend Awdry, with his creation of Toby, Mavis and Henrietta, characters in the Thomas the Tank Engine books. In addition to his memories of the tramway, Norman came to know Reverend Awdry personally.
When I came here, I met a young lady, as we all do, and anyway we decided to get married. We went down to see Reverend Awdry, which everybody knows is the author of the Toby the Tram and all the books. I went down there one night and he took me up into the attics to see his trains, which was running round. And he married us in 1958. That's the first recollection I had with Reverend Awdry. I wasn't aware of him writing the stories until the time I went to see him about getting married, and then of course the interest came up then, and I believe his influence was from the tram. And this is where he got his ideas from for Toby the tram engine.
Having spent many years in the village, he was sad to witness the closure of the line.
The tram was closed actually, I think I'm saying about 1966, in the middle of May. The last tram came from Upwell. It had got one coal wagon on it and one guards wagon on it. And well, then the station was closed. It was left then to get rubbished up. The council took it over. They'd never done nothing at it whatsoever at all. The lines was taken up on the roadside to widen a bit more, widen the corner. Well, then I got onto the council because everything was rubbished up, and in 1992 I asked him if I could buy the site. The station brickwork had all gone, and so the buffers on the siding, they'd all gone, and eventually I bought it in August 1992 and took everything up. They cut the buffers off level with the ground, and the concrete and part of the buffers were still there, which I dug out with a machine, and I did actually keep it. That is down the playing field at Emneth at the moment, in front of a gate, to stop people going in the gate. So there's actually part of the tram station still in Emneth. Well, I think myself the tram ought to have been kept for a tourist part of it, but unfortunately it was all ripped up, and there's no possibility of doing that not now. With putting the mementos up, which you've got 3 others now in Upwell and Upwell. I think there's 2 more should be in the process of being put up. One is in Elm Road, and the other one is in Wisbech, where the tram used to go across the road at the crossing. I feel that we ought to preserve as much of history as possible for the next generations. The younger ones don't seem to know how the older people lived. If we can do that, we can keep history in the fens, we can keep history in the villages such as Emneth, Upwell and Upwell, and this is why I'd like to be keen on keeping the mementos which are now going up.